Hey, this is Alexis with Alexis Reads, and welcome to my channel. So who does a 2022 overview in March 2023? That is me. This is going to be a super high level overview of my 2022 reads that I've had. I just haven't been able to record, and I still would love to just chat about really my top reads of 2022. The way I keep track of books is through Storygraph, and one of my goals is to make sure I'm putting down my reviews on platforms. I'm terrible at that, like putting reviews and writing about it, and I know it's important. So that's what I'm gonna do, but I use Storygraph. It has amazing charts and graphics on there, which I'll place on the screen. It's such a great tool. If you've never heard of it, please go check it out. You can import your Goodreads to Storygraph too, so you don't have to start over. But again, the tools that they have, the upgrades that they made, it's so incredible. So this is what I'm gathering my information from. And I'm gonna talk to you about my top favorite reads. This is not in a particular order. It's so hard to pick it, y'all, but let's just go ahead and start off with just my favorite reads, and I'll tell you right now that I definitely have my top 5 favorite reads, and 2 of them are part of the same series. So I'm gonna kind of categorize it together. I had a whole review on this incredible, funny, hilarious book called That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. This book by Kimberly Lemming is book 1 of her Mishaps series. Book 2 is out that I'm reading right now. Is That Time. Oh my gosh, what's the name of the book? That Time I Got drunk and yeeted a love potion on a werewolf. I can't even say it, because let me tell you, this book it's hilarious. Like, I'm literally, when I read this book, I will crack up laughing of this book. I read this book twice already. It's such a short read, 190 something pages. You can definitely read it in a day or two. And if you want something lighthearted, fun, definitely check out this book. I also have, again, my full review about this book, but put this on your TBR list if you need something lighthearted, hilarious, and so fun. Definitely a top read of 2022. Now, y'all, I can't put it in order. I just can't. I cannot put these books in order. Just know that these next books are like my top favorite books, kind of just in general, my top favorite books. I don't even know where to start, y'all. Let's go ahead and just say oh my gosh. I picked up these books, again, no order. So let's go ahead and say, go next with the Daevabad trilogy. This by far is one of my favorite just series of all times. Absolutely, yes, it made a list when I read it in 2022. Became my favorite series of all time. 2022 was a great year for books. This is book 2, The Kingdom of Copper, one of the best second books in a trilogy I have ever read, and probably the best one. I don't know, it's hard, because to me all the books in the series were great, but wow, what a book 2. The reason why book 1 is not in here, because I read book 1 at the end of 2021, so technically that's from 2021, but 2022 Daevabad trilogy. If you haven't heard of S.A. Chakraborty, or I believe her new book she's coming out with, she uses her full first name, so Shannon Chakraborty, this is the person you need to put on your radar. I believe City of Brass was her debut book. Like, if you read that book, wow. Again, epic fantasy, hint of romance. If you want a truly immersive, like, you are warped, and I know many readers can talk about that, like kind of being put into a different zone when you're reading, but this one is just wow. Like, when she writes, it's like oozing colors. It's just rich, it's bold, it's everything that you need. To me, there's no holes, there's no gaps. The character development, the world, oh my gosh, the multiple perspectives, chef's kiss. Like, it is truly incredible, and I love the journey that we go on with our main character, Nari. This is actually set in 18th century Cairo, and we just follow Nari as this young woman who is believed to be an orphan, has no idea of who her family is. She ends up in Cairo kind of knowing this very language that no one else knows and having to adapt. She finds out that she does have some power. She's able to kind of heal people just somewhat magically, but she also has a love for medicine in general. She also has a talent for languages, right? So as soon as someone speaks a language, she can automatically kind of understand it. And so we follow her, the legacy of her and her people, the mystery of it as well. I mean, literally, you would need so long to describe how incredible these books are, but again, if this is not on your TBR list, if you've never heard of Eshe Chakraborty, you need to. She just released a new book, which she's using her full first name, Shannon, so Shannon Chakraborty. I'm excited to read that new book. Please read the Daevabad Trilogy. So book 2 and 3 are my highlights from 2023. And moving right into it, you know, people love it, people hate it. I'm one who loves it. Sarah J. Maas, I read her books all throughout 2022. I am on the last book of the series, and I left my physical book, the last book of the series, and now I'm like, I can't read. I have to order it from the library to read it electronically because I left my book at my mom's house. So I'm like dying to finish it. But this is book 2 of A Quarter Thorns and Roses, which you may have seen the acronym ACOTAR, the ACOTAR series. And so this is book 2 of it. I love the whole series, but if I had to pick one, it's definitely book 2. We come back with Feyre, is back into it, get to learn a little bit more about what happens after book 1. You have the main characters coming back as well. You have Tamlin and Lucian, but you're also getting a little bit more of Rhysand, who's coming back into the mix, and his kind of band of people, Cassian, Morgan, I mean, there's the whole clan. You really get a large group of characters. I love all the characters that are in it. Of course, Rhysand, that's my heart. That's husband, that's hubby, that's baby daddy, that's all the above. Ultimate book fictional character, like husband vibes. He can do whatever he wants to me, I'm not even gonna lie. So this book continues that, and I'm actually going to do a full review of all the KOTOR series because I'm on the last one, and I just can't do one by one anymore since I read them all. So I'll do a whole full review about that. And then another one of my favorites from 2022, and then I don't know what order to put this in now, but 7 Days of June, popular. Again, this is another, some of these are very popular, right? A Quarter of Mist and Fury, 7 Days of June has been all over bookstagram, or I don't have a book talk, but I know it's been on book talk. To me, it's lived up to all the hype. It's such for me, a comforting story. I read this and actually A Court of Mist and Fury. I read both of these books 3 times, y'all. Listened and read it. I mean, just let's look at the tabs. Like this book gives me Love Jones vibes. If you never watched Love Jones, you need to watch Love Jones. But Love Jones, the movie in the 90s, cult classic, really. It's not the same book. It just gives me that vibe. So when I'm reading it or when I'm listening to it, I feel like the comfort I feel when I'm like watching Love Jones. This book has everything in it. We do follow Eva Mercy. She's actually an author, a single mom, and this is just her journey. And then we also another main character is Shane and his journey. He's also an author, and these two met when they were younger and kind of reconnect when they're older. But what happened in between? What were those scars that happened as well? And really, like the chemistry that these two have, even if they're pretending not to know each other. The chemistry is all in the book. I mean, it was so incredible. I love it. It's beautiful. Eva's daughter, Aubrey, to me, I loved her as a character, and she definitely had a moment where she stole the show in a good way of just looking at youth and that youth mindset. But this is a beautiful book to me. It's not long at all. What is it? Less than like 350 pages? 330 pages. This is a book that should definitely be in your TBR. It is a beautiful, incredible love story. Looking at trauma, looking at past hurt, looking at how to move forward as well. And it definitely, Shatia did a great job at talking about kind of the invisible disabilities that are happening in this book too. All these books are completely 5 stars. If I can give them 10, I would. Most of these books, besides the Daevabad trilogy, I've read more than once. My goal this year is to reread the Daevabad trilogy, and the only reason I didn't was because I knew I was going to be like wrapped up in it. Again, I soak myself into this world, and I really want to take my time and reread this amazing trilogy. But everything I did read more than once. Have you read any of these books that I list, or any of these on your TBR? Did you like them? Did you not like them? Let me know. Be honest. I loved hearing it. This is my 2022 highlights in March of 2023. So I hope you enjoyed it. Other than that, you know what to do. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks, y'all.